Talking big shit, but he ain't big enough. Nigga acting like he's sick, but he ain't sick enough. Anybody call a hit, and we gon' hit him up. Cause I don't give a fuck. Talking big shit, but he ain't big enough. Nigga acting like he's sick, but he ain't sick enough.
Yeah, that.
Anybody call a hit, and we gon' hit him up.
I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back on the scene, ho. Keep your pussy in your pants and method MC, no. Call Mr. Hammer time, I got hammer and Pico. Mama gets so wet at the water bottle speedboat. Shot call, I pull the string to let my shoulders go. Now I ain't talking Compton, bitch, I'm talking straight out of Fort Bordeaux. 100 got me running through them Cougars. Shitting on them like I took the Browns to the Super Bowl. Selling California for niggas, want you, we at your door. Roll on the flock, 2 minutes top, that's the grab and go. Shoot to the gun, get the cooking, watch the barrel smoke. Put that bitch in that's a position, look at a girl go. She know I'ma beat that pussy like beating egg, yo. She know to do when it's time to do when I said so. When Missy stuck up and yes, she never said no. My final question, they asking me, but let's go, yeah.
Yeah, that. It's Friday. It's Friday night, y'all. Cause I don't give a fuck. But he ain't big enough. What y'all got poppin', man? That's what we doing.
They gave my boy 3 strikes. They ain't playing right.
I ain't playing right. How you get double life?
Drum boys sing like Barry White.
Oh man, I'm in a good mood, man.
Gary Knight. Katy Perry way. Some people like to snow in. 4 o'clock in the morning, I ain't going in.
What that shit do, man? What that shit do, y'all? We're gonna go ahead and get this shit cracking, man. Raider Nation, Raider Nation, Raider motherfucking Nation, man. It's Raider Gang TV where you gotta be a G. You know what it is, man. Sean Homie the Sports, man. And we're gonna get it cracking on this Friday night, man. Talk about a few things that happened today and a few things going on, what we try to see for the future here in this Raiders team, man. It's a lot happening right now. A lot happening, as we all know. Got the combine cracking and a whole bunch of things, man. But before we get that deep, y'all, let's get right into the sponsor, man, which is Drippy Whips, y'all. Now, y'all know that, it's tax season. It's that time you're trying to get you a whip. Now is the time to get that whip. Don't go nowhere else. Holla at me. I'm the CEO. Holla at your boy, the sportsman. I'm the CEO. I'm going to tap in with you, get you whatever you're looking for, whatever your budget is, man, from $3,000 to $300,000. Whatever you got to spend, we got you, man. Drippy Whips, like I said, man. I'm the CEO. Tap in with your boy, man. I got you. But we're going to get straight into it, man. The Tom Brady effect. I want to talk about the Tom Brady effect today, man. Now, a lot of y'all we all started hearing about Tom Brady possibly coming to the Raiders, getting a piece of the Raiders, owning the Raiders. I know people like me and a lot of, was really like, man, what the fuck, really pissed off, not really trying to hear a lot of shit. And but we got over it, right? We got over it. And yeah, my God. It can, I got over it, it's like, all right, whatever, right? And then everyone started coming around. People who was against it started coming around saying, you know what? Tom Brady's the greatest, and people are going to want to come play for the Raiders because we have Tom Brady in the office. And I'm like, Tom Brady in the office, everyone's going to want to come because it's Tom Brady. Is he playing quarterback? I mean, I didn't really understand the logic, but the notion is that Tom Brady is so respected in the NFL that everyone in their mind's going to want to come play for the Raiders just because it's Tom Brady. Well, Tom Brady and Mark Davis have been in for a rude awakening because from what I've seen and what I've noticed, it seems like nobody gives a fuck, right? Nobody gives a fuck. I mean, we start with Ben Johnson, the hottest ticket, the hottest coaching ticket, right? You're leaving Detroit. Detroit is dominating everything. Everyone wants you. Everyone wants you, right? You get your teams lined up who you want to go talk to. You had Chicago was on that list. Who else was on that fucking list? I think it was like 3 teams on that list. Chicago was on that list, Jacksonville was on that list, and I forget who else was on that list. But he had a short list of teams he was willing to go fuck with. Now Tom Brady decided, let me use some of my Tom Brady cachet, some of my Tom Brady swag, and give him a call and say, "What's good? Come fuck with us in Las Vegas." So he gives Ben Johnson a call, and from the media reports and what they've said is that he and from with Ben Johnson's agent has said that he's never had interest in joining Las Vegas. Tom Brady pretty much begged him for this interview to see if he can persuade him to even consider the Raiders. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. But I also understood because if you're Ben Johnson and you're gonna go for your first NFL job, are you fucking crazy? You're gonna go to the Raiders when you don't have a quarterback there and you have the number 6 pick instead of the number 1 pick. Nothing really made sense for Ben Johnson to go to the Raiders as his very first job. I mean, we've seen what happened to Antonio Pierce in his very first job. If you don't get what you need, your very first job could be your very last job. So why even go there? So I didn't really believe that hype anyways. So I wasn't really surprised when he decided to go to Chicago. I knew he was going to go to Chicago or Jacksonville because the foundation is already set. It's already there. And that's what matters. In NFL, it's a winning business. And if you don't win, you don't have a job. Now, it's interesting because Matt Stafford is the second guy to do it, right? Reports are the other day, forgot his name, Schultz. Schultz reports Matt Stafford has gone out to the mountains to go visit Tom Brady and see if they can work out an agreement. And here comes Adam Schefter. No, the fuck they didn't. They ain't meet up there. They did not meet up there. This is a false report. And then here comes Tom Brady agent. Don't believe everything you hear. It's smoke and mirrors. I didn't see. It's like, huh? What the fuck is even happening here, right? So either y'all met at the ski resort, you met at Tom Brady house. I'm not really sure what they did, but either way, they met, right? And they were able to work out, as we all know, a number. And he wanted 50 to 90 million. He wanted 50 million for one season, 90 million. He wanted a 2-year contract. So he wanted at least 90 million guaranteed, right? So when you know that he wants that, and then you talk to him and you say, all right, we'll give it to you for sure. Media takes it, runs with it. The Raiders and Matt Stafford have agreed to principle on the amount of money he will get paid for the Raiders. It's all up to the not Detroit, to the Los Angeles Rams to ask for the compensation. So I'm like, okay, they even got me. I'm like, damn, all right. Look like this is about to happen. Look like it's about to happen. I know he wasn't gonna give up a first round pick, but I'm like, you can give up maybe a second or maybe 2/3 or something like that. But it seemed like it was gonna happen. And then, I make some runs and shit, take care of what I gotta do today, doing my car thing. And I come back home after just making a video and shit. I come back home and they like, Matt Stafford agrees to restructure his contract and stay with the Rams. I said, what the fuck? I said, what the fuck? It happened again? It happened again, Raider Nation. Look, this Tom Brady respect thing is way overblown, is way more than what people, way less than what people are making it. Is he the best quarterback of all time? Yes. 7 Super Bowl championships? Yes. Only 2 losses, both to Eli Manning? Yes. Fucking made it from the bottom, won most of them Super Bowls with no number 1 real receiver? Yes, all these things are true. But when it comes to being an executive, no one gives a fuck. No one cares because you know why? You're a fucking rookie now. So you think if I'm these guys, these veterans, they're coming over there saying, "Hey, I want to do this, that, and this." You think that I kind of picture Tom Brady like sitting back, like, "I'm Tom Brady. You want to come?" I don't know. I don't know, but for him to get shit on twice, for the Raiders to get used for headlines twice in a row, it just makes me look at this whole Brady effect, and it's not what people thought it was, and it's not what it shook up to be. I mean, we only got one chance left, right? I mean, we got 2 guys that said fuck that, right? So the coach you wanted, he said fuck that. The QB you wanted, he said fuck that. So now our only other chances is going to be in free agency. Our guys going to say, hey, this, I'm coming for Tom. No one's coming for Tom Brady, Raider Nation. Let's put this out there right now. No one's coming to Las Vegas for fucking Tom Brady. Why? Because he's not playing quarterback. So get that shit out your mind right now. If anyone comes to Las Vegas, it's because they're getting paid the right money and the situation looks promising. It depends on the position they play. But get that out your fucking head right now if you think anyone's coming to Las Vegas because Tom Brady's behind the scene. No one gives a fuck. No one cares. And they've proven it and they're showing that over, I ain't gonna say over and over, but they've showed it twice in a row already. And then that makes you think back to, okay, so Ben Johnson said, fuck all of that, whatever, whatever, right? So makes me think like, damn, all right, what about Pete Carroll? Why Pete Carroll say yeah? Because according to reports, the Dallas Cowboys was interested in Pete Carroll, and so was the Chicago Bears. Now, this is what I'm thinking about that. When it comes to Pete Carroll to Dallas, why the fuck would he go do that when him and Jerry Jones the same fucking age and shit, and Jerry Jones ain't bowing down to nothing? He will go to Dallas and have zero say. It's the same reason that Deion Sanders didn't end up in Dallas. You're gonna go for what? Jerry wants shit done his way. When Jerry didn't have it done his way with Jimmy Johnson, they won. So already seen this. Why would Pete and Jerry Jones that it never made sense because Jerry Jones won't get out the way. So get the fuck out of here with that. Then it says they had interest from the Chicago Bears. Now, the Chicago Bears, this whole time, that was smoke and mirrors. The whole time they've been interested in Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson was the prize from day one of this offseason. That was the prize for Chicago. Get Ben Johnson with Caleb Williams. They would have interviewed Pete Carroll, but they wasn't going to hire Pete Carroll. It was always about Ben Johnson. So it says, okay, so why did he end up coming to Las Vegas? Well, Mark Davis is a thirsty ass owner, right? He'll do anything to win. As far as he'll listen to anyone who's ever won, he'll say, I mean, you see what happened with Josh McPuss and fucking Dave Ziegler. I mean, they just gave him a story and he just gave him the keys. So I'm not surprised with that because I feel like Pete Carroll knew he can come to Las Vegas and Tom Brady would get out the way and he can do what he needs to do. He know Tom Brady would chime in, but he knew Tom wasn't gonna be overbearing or Mark Davis be overbearing like like they would be over there in Dallas. And like I said, when it comes to Chicago, that was all smoke and mirrors. He was just gonna get interviewed. They never had interest in him. That was all about Ben Johnson the whole fucking time. So with that said, Raider Nation, we got free agency coming up before this NFL draft. Now looking at the three, well, what are the QBs? Matter of fact, do I got my phone right here? Hold up, Raider Nation. This is how we do this shit. Let me back up. Let me grab my phone. Let's see who are the top, who are the free agent QBs for this season. And who is the best ones available now? Now I pretty much know. I mean, we got the obvious one. We got Sam Darnold, who I don't want to touch with a fucking 75-foot pole. I hate this fucking cord shit, y'all. I don't want to touch with a 75-foot pole. I wouldn't fuck with Sam Darnold, right? And then you got Aaron Rodgers, the veteran, who a lot of people think is done. A lot of people think Aaron Rodgers is done. I don't think he's done. I think, man, who have you seen succeed in New York as a Jet? I mean, we got to go to I mean, with Mark Sanchez, what fucking Chad Pennington. What are we talking about here? So I'm not going to really hold the Jets against Aaron Rodgers. And then you got Russell Wilson. To me, from the beginning, this made the most sense. Russell Wilson made a lot of sense because he already knows what Pete wants. They know each other's language. It'd be like a coach on the field. It makes the most sense. Russell Wilson helps teach this offense. Pete Carroll, they got this shit locked to a T. That always made the most sense to me as a free agent. And then you got Justin Fields. Now, the thing about Justin Fields, if you're gonna if you're gonna bring Justin Fields in as a free agent, you have to believe in him in the future, right? Like, don't try to bring Justin Fields in for a 1-year deal. This is not what he's looking for. He's already proven that he can do something in the NFL, so he's not looking for no fucking 1-year deal. He's looking for at least a 2-year deal. Nah, he wants at least 3 years, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna get that, but he wants a real deal. So you're not gonna bring in Justin Fields unless you truly believe he could be the future of your franchise. And when I look at Justin Fields, I like things about him. I like that he's mobile. I like that he has a strong arm. But my thing that I don't like about Justin Fields is I get Justin Fields, say goodbye to my 9 route. I don't, say goodbye to my deep corner post. I mean, not the deep corner post, to my deep corner. Like certain things I know I'm not gonna be able to get done. I have to change my offense and do a whole bunch of other stuff. So to me, Justin Fields isn't the answer because I don't think they believe in him that much to just say let's just try this. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't know. And then we got Joe Flacco. I ain't even gonna fucking go there. I wish the fuck we would. There's no reason, absolutely no reason to even have a conversation with Joe Flacco. Not one conversation. Don't send him an email, letter, text message, motherfucking spam, nothing. No reason to talk to Joe Flacco at all. Let's just skip that. Oh, and hand off Jimmy G. Oh, fucking hand off Jimmy. We already know what's up with that. He can never show his face in Las Vegas again. Hand off Jimmy, show his face in Las Vegas again. It's gonna be a wrap. I don't want to see him. So that's not an option. And then you got Zach Wilson. Now, what's interesting about Zach Wilson's trash ass is I'm starting to hear actual chatter about Zach Wilson, and I'm trying to figure out why the fuck is there information about Zach Wilson to the Raiders? Why? Why? I don't understand this. This guy's a backup for a reason. I don't care. Yeah, he's 24, 23. I don't give a fuck. It makes no sense for the Raiders to ever go that direction. But I have been hearing about him. And then you got Marcus Mariota. It's another guy I'm hearing about to the Raiders that makes no fucking sense. No sense at all. These guys are not starters. These guys are not real backups. If your starter goes down, Zach Wilson's not going to win you shit. If your starter goes down, Marcus Mariota ain't going to win you shit. So that's a wasted backup. I don't even understand why you even entertain that. And then you got Drew Lock. Let's just leave that there. Drew Lock. Mac Jones. That's some more trash. Carson Wentz. I wouldn't mind having Carson Wentz as a backup because he's proven he can do some things as a backup. He ain't too terrible, but he's terrible. But give me Carson Wentz as a backup. I won't be mad at that. Then you got Josh Dobbs. Yeah. It's nothing. It's really nothing here, Raider Nation. Then I'm looking at Mason Rudolph. That's a double fuck no for me. That's a double fuck no for me. Mason Rudolph, hell to the no. And then you got Jameis Winston. Like it's this now. Jameis Winston is a guy that I do want as my backup. Give me Jameis Winston out of every guy. I'm not even going to read the rest of these names because none of them matter. But Jameis Winston is the backup I want on my team. That's the backup I want on my team. Everyone who's played with Jameis Winston, they love this motherfucker. They got nothing but good things to say about him. And I know if my QB goes down, my offense doesn't have to change. He might come in there and throw 3 picks, but damn it, he might throw 5 touchdowns in the same game. So I like Jameis Winston as a backup, but that's as a backup. But we looking for a starter, Raider Nation. And like I said, when we look at these veteran quarterbacks, there's really only Aaron Rodgers. Like I said, he's not done. It's either Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. I don't think Sam Darnold's even in the mix. To me, it's Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers if we're looking for veteran QBs, because nothing else over here makes any sense. I don't want to see Mac Jones. I don't want to talk to Carson Wentz unless it's in a backup role. Desmond Ritter, we just let him go. See you in the streets. Case Keenum, there's nothing to talk about here. So when we look at that from that perspective, we have to hit on free agency the first day. Day one free agency, our very first signing, it has to be Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. It has to be one of these veterans. It has to be. I mean, I don't see us really believing in Justin Fields and taking him and giving him a long contract. And I don't see Justin Fields coming in and taking a 1-year contract. Now I say Russell Wilson on a 1 year because he's a veteran. It makes a lot of sense. He's up there in his 30s. Aaron Rodgers in his 30s. It makes a lot of sense, right? You put things right there, that's a 1-year deal. Now you can still draft your QB and you can let them sit for one season behind these guys. Even give them a 2-year contract. You already know how the NFL is. We can cut your ass after one season and not owe you shit. It's all about how you construct the contract, right? So they have to hit there. They have to hit because, like I said, they missed on the coach. They missed on the quarterback that they wanted. The coach that they wanted missed. The quarterback they wanted missed. They can't miss on the free agent quarterback that they want. They can't miss there. So they have to hit there, and you have to hit with your quarterback in the draft, unless I don't know. I mean, I don't see a QB on here that we can really go with for the next 3 years. To me, you have to get the future. I can't give none of these guys that I named more than 2 years with the option to get the hell out from the contract. That's the only thing I can see, Raider Nation. And that's why it's very important that they have to hit. They can't go 0 for 3 because right now, Tom Brady 0 for 2. 0 for 2. And we thought he was gonna be magnetic and the greats would want to come play with him, and that has not been the situation at all. It hasn't been the situation. So yeah, I think that's interesting, man. But we're gonna take a quick little break, Raider Nation. I'm about to hit this little clip one time, and then I want to get into the offensive line. How much work does it really need, and what the Raiders have to do to protect whatever quarterback comes in there? Because I do think it's going to be an older veteran, and they're not that mobile.
He thought he had me fooled. I knew he was a cop, he thought he had me fooled. I knew he was a cop, he thought he had me fooled.
Cause I don't give a fuck. Talking big shit, but he ain't big enough. Nigga acting like he's sick, but he ain't sick enough. Anybody call a hit it, we gon' hit him up. Cause I don't give a fuck. Talking big shit, but he ain't big enough. Nigga acting like he's sick, but he ain't sick enough. Anybody call a hit it, we gon' hit him up.
All you niggas shooting dice with your life, but you got a price to pay. Going against the grain, you probably gon' pay that price today. Posted with the 4-5 toasted right by the microwave. Fully loaded, fresh off the safety, cause ain't nobody safe. That's why you see the handle bulging by the pancreas. I'd rather get caught with it than without it. I'm staying dangerous. These player hating niggas don't sleep. Cause they thought that ain't no dust. You think they playing fair in this game? Don't even lace them up. These niggas blow off your blind side with a
This is on YouTube right here, man. Check it out.
150 get you in the pond. Talking out the
That's your
side
boy
of your
right there.
neck, get you in the bond.
Really, just the price of the game, homies, to do the time.
Cause I don't give a fuck. Talking big shit, but he ain't big enough. Nigga acting like he's sick, but he ain't.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch that little clip one time. Just wanted to touch that little clip one time, man. Try to keep my mind fresh and my mind right. Now, I want to talk about the draft, not just the quarterbacks. I want to talk about the offensive line. How bad is it really? And what do we need to do outside of quarterback in the draft? Now, when I look at the O line, well, first of all, anytime I bring up a QB, everybody that fuck with me be like, we don't have a fucking offensive line. What are we gonna do? I'm like, Ren, calm the fuck down, man. We got JPJ, certified center. I don't want to see him at guard. I don't want to see him at tackle. I don't want to see him at linebacker. He's a certified fucking center. All right. So I want to see Jackson Powers Johnson at center. If we can't trade Colton Miller, fuck it. Keep him at left tackle, right? DJ Glaze at right tackle. You only weak on your left and your right guard. Those guys can be filled in free agency. Raider Nation, look at free agency. You got Jenkins from Chicago. He's like 26, young weapon. You got, I think, oh boy, who just came from Philly, Mekhi Becton. Now they're gonna probably bring him back. He just won a Super Bowl. He only played for like 6 mil, so he's gonna ask for some money this season if he's gonna leave, which I'm pretty sure he is. So he was only on a 1 year deal. So you got those two guys right there. I'm not saying you get them both, but if you get one of those guys and then you just draft you a guard later on, or you just sign another veteran for cheap or whatever, the line can be solidified pretty quick, because this offensive line was nowhere near as bad as people think it was. It's just that we had terrible QB play and we had a horrible running back play. Now, when you have horrible running backs and you have a horrible quarterback, I ain't gonna say that because Madison is not horrible. But when you have a horrible quarterback and you have eight in the box because there's no fear of what your quarterback is going to do. Your running game is going to suffer. It's going to suffer. I told y'all that when we had Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs sucks. I'm like, bro, it's eight in the box every time he sees the ball because no one fucking fears Jimmy G. No one fears handoff fucking Jimmy. This is what you get. And this is the same thing that happened this season. You don't want to pace Josh Jacobs. You want to get basic guys back there or guys who ain't really special like that. You're going to end up last in rushing. So my question is this: if we fix that offensive line, which it can be fixed this offseason, it's not that bad. Do you try to find one of these running backs in the second round? Let's say everything works out and you get Shador Sanders or Cam Ward, one of these two guys fall to us in the first round, right? I don't know how we get them, trade, whatever. In the second round, what do you do next? What do you do next? Now I know this draft is full of edge rushers. It's a lot of edge rushers and it's a lot of running backs. To me, I think we can still get a running back, but definitely not in the second round. You got some special guys that's playing edge. If it's still one of the top guys at the edge that's sitting there in the second round, let's run that as that pick. Because Max the more guys you got on the line, the better. Like I've been saying this anyway. It's all about rotation on the defensive line. And to me, you got Max, you got you bring back John Jenkins on the 1 year. You bring back what's his name? Edwards, not Edwards. What the fuck is his name, y'all? Butler. You bring back Butler. You bring back these guys. You bring back. I think we still got Laulu under contract, but you keep adding to the defensive line. That's what you do. That's what made the Niners special for those years. Is that defensive line, and we just seen what Patrick Mahomes looked like. It looked just the same way Tom Brady looked like when he played the Giants in the Super Bowl. Michael Strahan, O.C. Umenyiora, my guy Antonio Pierce, they was on that ass. It's about that D line and of course the linebackers help. But to me, if you can solidify that D line in the draft, solidify the D line. And some of y'all are saying, well, what if we go with Ashton Genty at number 6 and draft Jackson Dart in the second round? I would say a running back. I'm not gonna downplay how good running backs are. And Ashton Genty is a special one. I just don't know if you can get him if you take him at 6, if you're gonna find a quarterback in the second round. Because to me, you already know what time it is right now. It's that time where you boost every single quarterback to the top. In a minute, Quinn Ewers is gonna end up in the fucking second round conversation. He's a fucking third round pick, fourth round pick. But before this draft cycle's over, guys who shouldn't be up there will be up there. Like Anthony Richardson. Y'all remember that? See how he looks right now? Like fucking Will Levis. Y'all remember that? You see what he looks like right now? It happens every single year. You got guys who deserve to be right there, and you got guys who get elevated because there's nothing else to fucking do. So we just find our ways to talk guys up. And right now they're talking Jackson Dart up. He ain't been talked up all fucking season. But that's how I know. He's never been mentioned in the top 2 or 3 all season. But it's the end of the season, and this is what you get. But I don't think he's going to be there in the second round. I think a team is going to trade up because I had the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Indianapolis Colts making the trade with the Rams for Matt Stafford since they wanted that first round pick. And I felt they were the 2 teams who would be desperate enough to do it. But since that didn't happen, I do think that it can happen the other way. So I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just a lot going on. It's a lot going on, but I think that the Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts are 2 teams to watch in the Jackson Dart sweepstakes. Those are the teams I would watch who would give up not obviously don't have to trade for him, but who would take that risk because those are the 2 teams I felt that were willing to trade for Matt Stafford. So I think they take a risk on the Jackson Dart in the first round at the end of the first round. I don't think Jackson Dart makes it to the second round anymore. I don't think he does. And I also think that Jalen Milroe, he's gonna fly up the shit too because the combine is happening. He's gonna run like a 4.3. He's gonna throw the ball real far, and someone's gonna say, "I can fix him. Look what I can do." It happens every fucking year. It happens every year. So to me, I don't know if you can take the risk of passing on a Cam Ward or a Shador Sanders if they fall to you, or if you have a chance to trade up and get them. To me, you gotta lock it in. You got to get your quarterback. We can't play no games. We seen what last season looked like. I'm still sick to my stomach, man. I'm still sick to my stomach, but I seen it coming. I seen it coming. We all seen it coming, Raider Nation. Let's be real. Let's be 100, man. But yeah, I just want to tap in, man, and just check y'all temperature, man, and holler at Raider Nation and see how y'all felt about this shit, man. This Tom Brady effect is not what it's advertised to be, and that's why you can't listen to these Vinny Bonsignors. You can't listen to these Hondo Carpenter guys. You can't because these guys, man, they just say shit to try to anything to make the team look good or sound good. Nothing is objective. And if you want to hear some real objective Raider news, man, I'm gonna find it at any fucking place I can find it, and I'm gonna spit it the right way, no matter what it is. But yeah, man, I appreciate you checking it out, man. Whoever tapped in, man, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man. Share this with your mom and them if they Raider fans, because you already know how we get down, man. It's a family thing. And follow me on Instagram, y'all, TikTok. Tap in with your boy, man. Talk to me, I talk back. But until then, man, I'm out this bitch. Raider Gang TV, the sports man. Holla at your boy, man. Until next time. Peace.
I don't give a fuck. Talking big shit, but he ain't big enough. Nigga acting like he's sick, but he ain't sick enough. Anybody call a hit him, we gon' hit him up.
Cause I don't give a fuck.
Talking big shit, but he ain't big enough. Nigga acting
Check
like
this out on
he's sick, but he
YouTube,
ain't
y'all.
sick enough. Anybody call a hit him, we gon' hit him up.
I've been gone for a minute. pants and method
I'm
MC no.
seeing
Come
up.
Mr. Hammer time, I got hammer and Pico. Mama gets so wet, she wet at the water bottle speedboat. Shot call, I put a string to let my shooters go. Now I ain't talking Compton, bitch, I'm talking straight out of Aruba.
Straight out of Aruba, though. All right, so we out of here, man. Ready Gang TV, man. Out of this bitch.